I was born downtown, in our capital. When I recall my homeland, my thoughts are filled with the sights and sounds of the city. But home means something different to each and every one of us. Therefore, I've decided to visit every place where our citizens call home. The Kingdom of Erusia is a land of diversity. Each region has its own unique and special culture.
The destruction of one of their arsenal birds has significantly reduced the scale of Erusia's air defense network. Ocean forces have moved into the areas where we gained air superiority and freed over half of the Eusian continent. However, Erusia is feeling the pressure and is reacting by attempting to activate the ballistic missile base in the suburbs of Sierra Plata. For the past 72 hours, they've put the resources and people into action and have already entered the final stages of a launch. The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge deep penetration bomb in a precise place. Unfortunately, that airspace is thick with clouds at the moment, so it'll be difficult for a bomber to hit the target accurately. Normally, we'd wait for the weather to clear, but with the situation being what it is, we don't have that option. So, we will be the bomber's eyes and find the missile silo. You'll all be equipped with targeting pods instead of special weapons. We need you to fly at low altitude, visually identify which silo they're activating, then acquire it with your targeting pod. Once you press the firing switch, the bombers will drop their payload based on the location data provided by the targeting pod. You will need to keep the silo in the center of your sight until the bomb hits its target, or else it will miss entirely. It takes a high level of airmanship to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying in place. Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and aircraft in the area of operations, so stay alert. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle. The Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out. Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just Strider Squadron.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Perugia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. You can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that Arsenal bird. We've got the box. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with the circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered.
Bunker buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
The IRB have a name to keep garrison. Those lines are sick. We have no time.
They completely lost it. You can bet on it.
Let's end this action.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
We've got ourselves a fake. You can see it's just paint if you look. There's no dimension. Hostile has a lock!
Entering clouds.
Trying to run with the coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Look! There's fire shooting up from the ground.
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet.
We might be able to pull this off. Let's keep it up and get the rest of these silos.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
We did it! That takes care of that. Nice work. This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 account? A formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he won't be there to chew my ear off. I'm on his back. Enemy has a lock. Evade!
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. Alright, now let's take out those remaining silos.
Missile silo destroyed.
Where do we look next? The sky feels open and free today. As a Cyclops, I felt like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back under the company commander's thumb again. What a pain in the ass. Wake up! Missile coming your way! Take a good look. It's fake. Keep hunting, Trigger. Watch that bandit.
Bandit acquired. Initiating attack.
Trigger, bomb has been dropped.
Right on the money.
Hit. Target destroyed.
The fewer there are, the harder they are to find. Good luck.
Behind the enemy.
We might make it. Just 1 silo left.
I'm like a wolf that's been let off its leash. These guys won't know what hit him. I thought you were a bird free from its cage.
Enemy has a lock on you. Trigger, bomb has been dropped. 5 minutes remaining.
What the hell is that?
Alert! We've detected an IRBM launch. Confirmed signature on our radar. Launch site is this dam.
Not from the silos?
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude. Target acquired.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Confirmed signature on our radar.
Enemy missile detected. Evading.
Warning. Confirm another launch. Take it out.
Bandit acquired. Firing. Enemy on your tail. Watch it.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I'm on his back.
Missile. Caution.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. Additional launch confirmed.
Incoming!
Missile.
Missile, evade! Target shot down. Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
I'm spiked. Evading.
Strider 1, locked on target. All of the missiles have been destroyed.
I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me you had us flooding up here, and there wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
Arusia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and...
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital. With the loss of an arsenal bird, followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base, Erusia is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power to eventually take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase. Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air Force Base in Cape Rainy in northern Erusia. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Forbanti. Under the cover of night, our plan is that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south and mount an air assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will need to be restricted. If you go over a certain altitude, the enemy could spot you, ending the mission in failure. Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense forces are neutralized, the helicopter squadron should arrive carrying Marines. The plan is to take control of the base. Getting through the valley is only half the job.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Beginning nighttime aerial refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility. 1,500 meters to tanker. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Refueling aborted. Go around and prepare to re-engage. Excellent work, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Strider, ask this point. Our current ETA matches yours. Catch them off guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly?
We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men.
Everyone here's already signed their wills.
That ain't funny.
Strider 1, your altitude is too high.
Okay. Listen. Luck.
Understood. Strider 1, you passed through waypoint 2. The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
This is the last step, Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Farbanti. Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. The best thing about Strider Squadron is our leader keeps his mouth shut. Watch your speed.
You've passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base. Closing radio silence. We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
You just passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost at the base.
We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride. Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating. That bandit is still on your back. Gotcha, pal. Enemies are attacking! They took out our leader's bird. Hurry or they'll roast us on the ground! Fire up the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from.
It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. Yes, they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
This is Vassal's warning. Arrived at Diego. Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present, large numbers of our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Quick, got us on time, which means it's free. Your jokes haven't got any better.
Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them?
Missile.
Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies at the LZ. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Vassal's 1, landing now. Trust your allies and keep moving. This base is ours for the taking. Wait the base, Commander! What are you waiting for?
Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites. All enemy fighters down.
I feel their pain, I really do. But this is war. We've engaged the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate close air support.
Copy that. Send some your way.
These guys in trouble. Let's help them out. It's all right. Those two OZ big shots will take care of them for us.
Strider Squadron, do it quickly. Use the element of surprise.
Air support is on its way.
Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, let us try to quick out the enemy from the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. We have our tank.
Give me a damage report. We suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
Confirmed it's one leader. Over the 3 thrashes. That's the last of our NGO guns. They've all been taken out.
Emergency! See the enemy reinforcements? They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
Look on you. 2 remaining. One last enemy fighter.
Ambush, stay cool. We move the ranks.
Missile.
Broadcaster, requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
Missile.
Enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight the Siberian! I don't know what these guys hope to accomplish, but happy to help. How are you? Are you still in this? This is 2-2. We're stuck. We won't be able to capture the base at this rate.
Your head's down. 3 strikes will take care of the enemy. That's it. Take up those 2. We can force our way inside the facility.
Target's destruction confirmed. That air support was right on the money.
We're pushing the enemy on their heels.
Okay, start running on the count of 3. Great. I get to finally send my boys in to ring the doorbell. There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer. Begin the assault. If anyone resists, kill them. Contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Sarge, tear down that barricade.
How'd it go? This is Basilisk 1. The base is ours. We have control of all major functions.
Glad the pizza was on time. Roger that, Basilisk 1. Mission accomplished.
All prisoners of war will be treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza.
Looks like they can shred those wheels.
I'm already getting an earful from the men over the needless paperwork.
No joke.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. Go to the flight control.
Roger that.
Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here. Reduce your speed. 3,000 meters to the runway. Lower your nose. You're too high. 1,500 meters to the runway. You are right on course. Maintain current heading. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Impressive, Strider 1. Strider 1 has landed. Let's go and greet him.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1.
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti. We're almost at the end of this operation.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile, It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, he was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly, so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and pull up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Attack did not hit.
Strider 1, turn lines to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle and Cyclops too. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Ah, it's real funny. Enemy dodged. Continuing attack. Enemy missile chasing me. Enemy's got a lock. Breaking. Lockdown bandit. Bandit behind you. Caution.
Strider 1, the men below you are to secure the Silver Bridge, but they can't break enemy lines. We have aircraft in addition to you, but our numbers are less than ideal.
Strikes in the sky. Too fast for those guys. I, for one, welcome all support, especially from 3 strikes.
I need to get away. Breaking.
Good shot, Strider 1.
Locked on. Go down.
Strider 1, break now!
Pistol, evading.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
This one's wide open.
We need more air support. We can't hold the bridge much longer without it.
Locked on hostile.
Conditions keep changing. Arc wide open. Nowhere to hide.
Breaking off. Our plan will be a success. Call reinforcements. Damn it. Should have known that sooner. It's no use. We have to retreat.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
I need to get away.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other.
Roger.
Get your pal.
on radar. Take him out.
Hostile forces moving near the HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that.
We've got flies buzzing around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them.
We must show our resolve. This is HQ. Do whatever it takes to open that bridge. Report to HQ. We need reinforcements at once.
That area is all yours, Strider. We'll back up Helm Squadron in the submerged area.
Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
Good shot, Strider 1.
Taking pit.
Special delivery.
Hostile has a lock.
Backup is coming. They're defending HQ. Squadrons with just a little overhead are running. We defended Stonehenge. Our strategy is about to pay off.
They evaded it.
Bandit down.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock.
Keep pushing forward, and that bridge will be ours. We need that bridge to establish our position. Give those ground troops all support they need. The enemy has nearly reached headquarters. They're knocking on the front door. This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Missile. Missile.
Missile! Missile!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Locked on. You're mine.
Caution. Missile. Missile.
The enemy is showing signs of fatigue. Feel the final blow!
Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into shark bait.
Steer clear of the sunken Allied ships. Just how many did we lose? Damn it, Space Force is back.
Time to attack! Stop these guys before somebody lights a fire under our asses! Eyeball to Ostrich. Take care of Niner Sierra for us. Roger. We'll provide supporting fire along with Stork. Our target is Niner Sierra. Prepare the first volley. Ready! Fire! Pilot soldiers are to the back as well. Focus on the front.
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Keep one down and move on to the next.
Eyeball, give us a report. You overstood it. Thanks for the fire support. Roger.
You did really well out there. Just sure to bring an end to the war. You'll need heroes.
Don't know what medals they've got for you. If you want one, come back in one piece.
minutes remaining.
Do not let them through.
Caution.
Strider 3, warning. Missile inbound.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile, invade.
Missile.
Enemy's got a lock.
Missile.
Ready? Fire! Just cross the reserve report! Attack this!
We must take advantage of this opening.
Jacob, he'll get you!
Missile.
Getting out of block. Taking! Missile inbound! Taking! Taking! Enemy has a lock. Breaking 5, box 2.
2 minutes remaining.
Strider 1, break! Break!
Missile.
Standard is clear. Lock on.
Missile.
You're almost out of special weaponry.
Don't let him any closer.
If these guys really fight a battle before this, they just keep coming.
Bandit down. Good shoot.
Please, Hostile has a lock on me.
Special delivery.
Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Lower your nose. You're too high. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Tear down that barricade!
Strider 2, box 2.
We lost the friendlies!
Let me slide in on that 10.
Target destroyed. Vehicle confirmed destroyed. 30 seconds remaining.
Locked on. Go down.
Watch out! Missile on its way!
Missile. Missile.
The attacks just keep coming!
Locked on hostile. Watch out for those enemy tanks. You don't want any surprises. I need to get away.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that.
Caution. Pull up.
Man, don't jinx us!
You're right. New bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. X.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at different levels. But don't underestimate the rest of them either. Mission proved to be fun.
Missile.
What do you mean? It's
Missile.
just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Missile. Missile.
Fox 2. You sure he's human?
First ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Ship 5 is hit. Sorry, I gotta bail out.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Fox 2. I'm on its back. Bandit-fired missile.
Missile.
They've got their flight platforms nailed down.
I'm hit!
Stay focused. We've still got a monster to slay.
Mr. X is eating through the Osean forces. No. Who are these guys? Bandit launch missile.
Missile.
Fox 2. Evaded. Taking evasive action.
Damn. Those lackeys fly like champions. Let me slide in on that tail. Hostile has a lock. You've got a radar lock on you. See where your plane is headed. Eject. You get me? Good luck.
Don't get too far ahead. Shaky bandit. Locked on. Enemy's got a lock. Fox 2. Evading.
Scratch the last escort.
We need to be extra careful if we want to split up the 2 leaders. Eject while you can still talk. Fox 2! Fox 2!
The ship was sunk soon after. That's the last we heard from them.
Not long before our forces are routed.
Call in our air support ASAP. Yes, I'm talking about them.
Cyclops, Strider, stop Mr. X.
Enemy's got a lock. This is Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject.
Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Evading. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
What?
Alright, he grabbed a bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Cyclops 1, check your
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Wait for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys won't let you have it.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Nark. Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up on a 6. Shit! He's refusing to fire. He wants a sure shot.
Not too bad.
You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot. Wiseman! Missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Wiseman! Eject already, Wiseman! I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded. Wiseman! Stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2. You're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. The duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Ah, damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Wilco count. Damn, I want to go to Trigger's 8, but I can't keep up.
Caution. Pull up.
Damn, I can't seem to find an opening.
Stall warning. Missile. Missile.
Roger. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
You're holding your own out there.
Stall warning.
Target hit. Target hit.
Alright!
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD
Damn
is
it.
glitching out.
What was that?
Lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti's now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Ocean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Ocean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over. This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side. And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and that sandwich. ID'd as Ocean Forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Target destroyed.
You guys are listening to our war, leading our country even further into ruin.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
Fighting out there. Ask yourself, what is this for our country?
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us.
We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Caution. Pull up.
Enemy vessel destroyed. It's Erusian military.
General managed to convince you.
Listen, those that protect General Labarthe are the real patriots. Onward!
Missile.
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
Archived all the footage that we've shot. Communication networks come back online.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals.
Warning! Missile in the air! Signs of clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Anti-air gun eliminated.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you. We got out of paying that toll.
This is AWACS Argus. Those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to dispose of Eduard Labarthe.
Caution.
The Ocean Army officer with him is an imposter.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous in Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
You want a piece of me? You got it.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Traeger, enemy has a lock on you!
Scratches on the tail. Now those guys are part of Russia's favor unit.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're Adrian or not, we're just something to change the time. Opening fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Target's been wiped out.
We're the only ones here on our side.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. Coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Ever since my previous squadron, fighting between the government, I've got his tanks nice and secure.
Is in a civil war. If a drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Unknown aircraft approaching.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for us.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
The General is speaking with the Commander.
Ceasefire with the Ocean aircraft. General's orders. That vehicle is one of ours. Ceasefire. The info just came through.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces.
Watching for the future revealed from the high heavens.
Our plane is iced up.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. Used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Erusia is responsible for Harley's assassination.
Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Taking fire from a friendly drone. Get them before they get us.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
It's ID'd as Erusian.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Fire a missile at me.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for a better time.
Missile.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. In the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why former conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
This way. Oh my God. We turn to in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSS chief. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder! Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight. Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft we've gone over told me about. Remove the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with broken technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane. Hold on tight. Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP. ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Right, I'm shooting them down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, you don't think it was Ocean big shots too? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes. Better than the market.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Fine. No good. Shit.
They're in my way.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. We must be accessing it remotely. It's beyond this.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses. Enemy on your back.
To build something else entirely.
Missile.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Hostile has a lock.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Locked on.
Missile.
5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. We don't have the drive they need. The telescope is fully functional. They're critical. It's not enough to be really functional. There has to be a time when it should not function. What do you mean?
4 bandits left.
They're after the data, aren't they?
Watch it. It's a lock on you.
Missile.
3 bandits to go.
Missile.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. One bandit to go.
That's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood.
Caution. Pull up.
All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
The Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General Staff? No, we've lifted it and sent them! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns? It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Strider 1, target destroyed.
We're under attack!
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We're waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Thank God! Friendly bird! Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we Heads up retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Aurelians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but...
We can just defend the mass driver today. Our army can turn this thing around.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running! Give me enemy's position! The artillery fire... There's more over here. Bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that, they're all lined up. No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Special security squadron is demanding...
These bastards! It's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence. I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. Navigating waterway. Proper area.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time. Open the bay until operation feeding time. Away from the mass driver.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the around here? It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. Supply shipment to the munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they're involved in self-defense. Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Get in the tank! Bring the anti-tank missile! Hit that heavy armor at the front line! Don't stop! We're moving out! Leave it dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
We only need an hour, Tom. We go on advantage to bring the enemy down.
Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Here's the landing craft! Many thanks, Forecaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood. Behind my target.
Enemy on your back.
Three strikes in the sky. They say you see them from your goner.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
This whole operation is crazy! Stop whining!
Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you. The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
There's still one RC bird left. Only do it for the bomb. Then we'll have a fighting chance. These cameras will track the supply ships. Don't
ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
UAV is down.
Missile.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Commence operation, no return.
Missile.
These are unguided.
Missile.
Stay on course.
Missile.
Let's just get this done with.
Missile. Missile.
Visual. Like an eagle. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Rampage, behind my target. Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. Prepare for launch. Launch control. The enemy's coordinates. Launch ready. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I'm on my target's tail.
They've taken out any of our aircraft. Use extreme caution.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Missile.
Knockdown bandit.
Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
I'm on my target's tail.
Careful, guys are coming.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Our bombers will release and crawl. You can surrender when you lift your hand. Damn it, they're too good. Are they really promoting us?
Strider 1, you identified the unknown targets.
I'm out of the fight. Failing. Get the wounded out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead!
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Our tank commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down! Try to save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
We're down to less than half our vehicles. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured. Attack missed. Echo 13. Tank left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. Hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here.
this?
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Okay, sir. It's just taking us to the enemy's doorstep. Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Tap right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about him for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. The target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's headed. So they're trying to beat that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. Everyone joined the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress.
Can't say I blame him.
Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.